Good morning, everybody. Before I actually get into the AM deposits, the next 40 days of the AM deposits, I wanted to come on and share with you a little bit about the AM deposit. I did on my last video, I told you that I would be reading from my very first book, the AM Deposit 40-Day Compilation of Writings from the Cave of Adullam. Now, I wanted to share what is the Cave of Adullam? What is Adullam? Where's Adullam? Why did you name it that? Well, if you study the life of David, King David, in 1 Samuel, David was on the run from King Saul. He had already been anointed when he was younger, 17, to become the next king. Saul knew this. So jealousy began to stir in Saul's heart. And he pursued David to kill him. And David found himself running into this cave, the cave of Adullam. Now, let's take a look at some of the characteristics of this cave. This right here, I'm going to read this, and this will help you to understand. You might be able to parallel it to some things in your life. And if you have the book on page, I'm on page 14. Now, let's take a look at some of the characteristics of this particular cave. Along with the fact that David had been anointed as the next king of Israel when he was 17, I found it interesting to note that this cave was situated in the valley of Elah, which is a low place, but the cave itself sat on a hill. Can somebody say a high place? Next, I found out that the valley of Elah was the same place that David slew Goliath. Somebody say a great place of victory. Yes, the essence of this territory was victory. But watch this. Before David got the victory over Goliath in this place, he had to confront him in the same place. So not only was David situated in a high place within a low place, and not only did he find himself in a place of victory, but this place was also a place of great confrontation. I know some of you are even there now, a place of great confrontation. For David, you could say that this place was where his past came face to face with his future. A place where David was met who God had predestined him to be, the next ruler of Israel. Let me read that again. This place was where who David was met, joined, who God had predetermined him to be, which was the next ruler of Israel. Now let's look over at 1 Samuel 22:2 to find out what actually took place in the cave. And here's what the scripture reads. And everyone that was in distress, and everyone that was in debt, and everyone that was discontented gathered themselves unto him, and he became captain over them. Can you believe that? How in the world could a man running for his life lord over anyone else? I mean, after all, he couldn't protect himself, and now he had to look after about 400 other people. That's the way God works, y'all. Right when you are at your weakest point, he stands up strong in you and shows you who you really are in him. Now, that's a crash course in self-esteem, if you ask me. So now that David is in the cave ruling, he had no other choice but to walk in his divine destiny. Adullam is a place where who you are collides with who God has predetermined you to be. That's awesome. So you might be in that place and there seems to be confusion, but just know you are in a place where God is bringing your future close up to you. He's bringing you from where you were to where you're going. And a lot of things are happening in this place, but let God do it. You might be in a low place, but think of it this way. There are some high places in that low place. Be grateful today. Be grateful to the Lord that He is allowing things to happen. He's allowing people to walk out your life. He's allowing you to lose a job. He's allowing you to be asked to step down or out of ministry. He's allowing all of that because it's now time for you to transition into who God has called you and predetermined you to be. Thank you so much for your time this morning, and I do look forward to seeing you on next week. Have a great rest of your day, and just know that God is not trying to kill you in this cave. He's just trying to transition you to where He has predetermined you to be. Be blessed.